Hi, my name is Aoife, and my group and I made a film entitled Miss Call.
For question number one, how does our film use or challenge conventions? I would say that in the beginning of the film, we went against stereotypes by including an upbeat, relaxed scene, which is something you don't typically see in a thriller movie. But to comply with conventions, we made sure the shots were filmed during the day, during bright and energetic lighting.
We also made sure we were on colorful swimsuits and that the audio was just wave sounds, which and laughter and talking, which just contributed to a careless, fun day at the beach. However, once we introduce the suspenseful and scary scenes, you can see and hear the switch as the audio changes to suspenseful music and the lighting becomes darker and more eerie, which feeds into the stereotype of a creepy or something bad is about to happen. Then, as you can see, the kidnapper's car is a white van that's sort of beat up, which also feeds into the stereotype of a vehicle that a kidnapper would have. And the driver of the Uber, which is the antagonist, is a man dressed in all black, which has an unwelcoming or creepy aura. And that is exactly what we made our bad guy to look like and be perceived as, which is exactly how it would typically look. All of the stereotypes we followed playing to the tone we were trying to portray at that point in the film. So in the beginning, when there was happy vibes, there was bright lighting, there was laughter, there was wave sounds. But in the end of the film, where there's suspense, there's darkness, there's suspenseful music, and it makes the watcher feel like they're in this creepy place.
For question number two, how does our film engage with audiences and how would we distribute our film? So, our video connects with people who like to be on the edge of their seat when they're watching a movie. So, audiences that enjoy genres like action, horror, or thriller, anything that keeps you interested. So, typically, since we're all teenagers who made or star in the film, our target audience would be other people around our age, so other teenagers. In order to hook our target audience, we included a frightening title, fearful scenes, and a suspenseful cliffhanger. We also made sure the antagonist, the Uber car driver, was wearing all black and you never saw his face to create a sense of curiosity and mystery, which kept people interested. This tied in with our cliffhanger, which was set in the middle of a creepy woods at nighttime, and this cliffhanger had chilling music and it left people wanting to know more or what happened to the girl. Moving on to how our film will be distributed, with our low budget and because we are beginners, we plan to upload the video to YouTube. That way it has the opportunity to get lots of views and lots of exposure without us having to spend any money on it because YouTube is completely free. Also, we could upload our film onto social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and that's perfect because that is also expense free, and a lot of people around our age are the people that are on those social media platforms. Lastly, getting to see our peers and our live audience's reaction to our film, which are others around our age, obviously, because they're in our class, was super cool because they genuinely seemed scared and really invested in the film.
When watching our final cut, it was clear that my group's technological skills had advanced, whether that be editing, filming, or audio. In our first cut, we had basic camera angles that didn't have any purpose or meaning behind them. Also, the colors and lighting in our film were just what we had captured on a regular iPhone camera. There were no intentional adjustments made. On top of that, we didn't have the whole plot of our film figured out yet, so there was no suspenseful or scary audios playing to create fear or panic. However, when looking at our final product, everything was incorporated for a reason: the music, mise en scene, and camera angles. For example, we included an establishing shot and wide shot to display new settings and locations, as well as first person point of view and full shots to show different perspectives. Then we made sure the color symbolism of our costumes matched the persona of the character. For reference, the kidnapper wore a black hoodie and didn't show their face to stay mysterious. Another thing we did in our final cut was have intentional settings that matched the scene. Take the final clip. We filmed that at night in the middle of a bunch of trees, so it gave off creepy forest vibes. Then we made sure the happy, fun summer scenes had bright, warm lighting that gave off a feeling of comfort. However, we also made it clear when the switch from joyful to fearful occurred by the soundtrack, ominous lighting, and an atmosphere that made watchers panic or feel tense.
Moving on to question 4. How did our group integrate technology, software, and hardware online in this project? So, my group and I used 2 different iPhones to film, both being on the newer side, so they captured pretty high quality shots for being phones. We recorded every shot at one time zoom, and if we needed to get a close-up shot, we simply moved the camera and the subject closer opposed to zooming in, which can have a grainy effect.
As for editing, we uploaded all of our clips onto CapCut and it was a super simple process. All we had to do was scan a QR code on our phone and we could upload as many videos or photos as we needed onto our computers. When all the videos process onto our laptops, I could simply click, drag, and move the clips into whatever order I desired. We changed the way our film looked multiple times, so the fact it was easy to alter our video on CapCut was very helpful. On top of that, finding audio that was not copyrighted could not have been more stress-free. I simply clicked the audio tab on CapCut and searched for whatever music or sound effect I wanted. In terms of creating credits and a title slide, the free animations and text options were perfect and exactly what I needed to edit the video. We integrated all of our technology into the project to the best of our ability, and I learned a lot about the way films are created, edited, and ultimately published for everyone to see.
Thank you for listening to my reflection. This is Aoife Bowe, and you just heard about my recent film, Missed Call.